You've heard these phrases before, maybe from a friend, a coworker, someone you trusted. Maybe you've even said them yourself and didn't realize what they were actually doing. Because the most dangerous manipulation doesn't come with a warning. It sounds completely normal, reasonable even. Here are 5 phrases manipulators always use, and why each one works on a psychological level. Before we start, have you heard any of these from someone close to you? Drop a comment. Most people recognize at least one. Phrase 1. 4 words that turn cruelty into a compliment. When someone says this, they're not offering honesty. They're offering an insult, and then asking you to thank them for it. Psychologists call this weaponized disclosure. It's when someone uses the appearance of transparency to bypass your normal defenses. Because if they're just being honest, you're not allowed to feel hurt. If you do, you're the problem. Watch how it works in practice. I'm just being honest. I don't think you're good enough for that job. I'm just being honest. Most people find you hard to be around. Real honesty doesn't need a disclaimer. If someone has to announce that they're being honest, they're usually protecting themselves, not you. Phrase 2. This one is designed to make you doubt yourself. You feel hurt, you express it, and instead of addressing what they said or did, they redirect the conversation entirely to you. Suddenly, the problem isn't what happened. The problem is how you responded. Psychologists call this DARVO: deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. The person who caused the pain becomes the one under scrutiny. Over time, it works. You start filtering yourself. You stop saying when something bothers you, because you've been trained to believe that feeling things is a flaw. Your emotions are not the problem. The phrase is. Phrase 3. This one targets memory, because memory is reconstructive. Every time you recall something, you're rebuilding it slightly differently, and manipulators exploit that. When someone flatly denies what they said, confidently, without hesitation, something interesting happens in your brain. You start to second-guess yourself. Maybe you misheard. Maybe you're remembering it wrong. This is called memory invalidation, and it's one of the most disorienting forms of manipulation, because it doesn't just change the argument, it changes what you believe about your own mind. If this has happened to you repeatedly with the same person, that pattern is worth noticing. Phrase 4. This phrase doesn't ask for anything directly. It doesn't have to. It manufactures debt. Psychologists call this reciprocity exploitation. It weaponizes a fundamental human instinct. We are wired to return favors. It's one of the deepest social contracts we have. And when someone says this, they're activating that instinct on demand. The message underneath is, you owe me. And now, whatever boundary you just tried to set, it becomes a moral failure on your part. Real generosity doesn't keep score. Real generosity doesn't get mentioned at the moment you disagree. When someone brings up everything they've done for you, ask yourself, what are they trying to stop you from doing right now? Phrase 5. This one works as an escape hatch. Something hurtful gets said. You react. And suddenly, it was a joke. You took it too seriously. You need to lighten up. But watch what just happened. The message was delivered. You heard it. Whatever damage it was meant to do, it already did. And now the speaker has a clean exit with no accountability. Psychologists call this plausible deniability in social aggression. It's a way of testing your reaction. And if you push back, the joke framing absorbs the impact. The difference between a real joke and this is simple. A real joke is funny to both people. This one is only funny to one. Here's what makes all 5 of these so effective. They don't require the person using them to be a mastermind. Most of the time, they're not even conscious of it. These phrases get absorbed, learned from someone who used them on you, repeated because they work. Which means the first person you should check is yourself. Have you said any of these recently? Not out of malice, but out of habit, out of defensiveness, out of not knowing another way to communicate. Awareness is how it stops. Not with them, with you. If you recognize someone in this video, or recognized yourself, drop a comment below. Which phrase have you heard the most?